Turns out Humvees make really great overland vehicles, though.
10 out of 10.
A soft top roof tent fits perfectly in the bed of one. Like, there's a great spot to drill holes to bolt it.
And it looks amazing.
It looks awesome.
Amazing. And it looks more unique, too.
Yeah. And you can put a cot inside the Humvee. You could have someone sleeping in there and still drive the Humvee. With you could have 4 passengers plus a person sleeping on a cot. It wouldn't be safe. I'm not saying you should do that. But, like, space-wise, you can... That's how big they are.
You technically don't have to register them either, because we didn't get one look.
Don't give people that advice.
Yeah, you know
we
how,
didn't say that.
People on podcasts.
I do what you as will. It's legal in whatever state, none, but you have to register your Humvee. But if you don't, there's a high likelihood
we passed a lot of cops, and none of them even cared at all.
We were legal because we were just driving it home with a bill of sale. That's legal.
Yes, right. It is. Yeah, within a certain time period. And all that. And it was insured. To be fair, don't drive uninsured vehicles. That's really irresponsible.
They will impound your car, put you in jail, and that's just not cool.
That's for real.
Yeah, and also it's irresponsible for the other people.
I was like, it's not cool. Yeah, don't hit someone without insurance. That's really not
But anyway, it was super inconspicuous. No one even.
Yeah, no one cared.
Yeah, we got a lot of looks.
Yeah,
for sure. A lot of disbelief, like what dummies.
Especially with the tent, that must have changed the way people were looking at you.
It just suited it so well. I don't think it was looked that much different.
Honestly, no, it fits so perfectly. It just looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It does look like it's meant for it.
Yeah.
Like even the length, is it down to like less than an inch?
It is
pretty much
perfect.
It's within the inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have an old roof tent that's like been flipped over on a trailer.
Yeah, we could probably fix
We just
that
put it
up.
on there for aesthetics, honestly.
Yeah.
It just looks so cool. We just got to bolt it on there.
It was a really nice tonneau cover. Everything in the bed stayed dry,
Exactly.
even through that downpour.
It was It was
That's
great. And it made
actually-
for less wind in the cab of the Humvee because it's all soft top. Like overall,
Man.
it was just an improvement.
You guys really just dialed it in.
We did.
Bam. Can't believe that worked out so well.
I know. Well, and believe it or not, so I mounted that rooftop tent on that red pickup 2 days before I did this, not knowing that
you
was
were
going to
gonna
be
do
a
it?
thing. Yeah, I was
Perfect.
mounting it for completely other reasons. I was planning on taking that truck for a road trip somewhere else, and then it just happened to be the only tent I had, so it came with.
Yeah. Well, how we destroyed our tent is actually a story we've never told on the podcast.
True. It happened years before we started the podcast.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The grilling.
Yeah.
The what?
I'm excited.
You guys might have seen the video. So there's that. But
it was our first Power Wheels Overland video.
I mean, we only did one.
Man, we really ought to do another
I know.
one of
Oh, when you
those.
built the trailer?
Yeah.
I
built
didn't watch it, but I saw
Yeah.
the
So
Yeah.
I took a Harbor Freight trailer that we just had laying around. It wasn't even actually mine. It was my friend's, but like he hadn't used it in years and whatever. It was
It's
crappy.
gone now.
Yeah. It's still out there. It's not functional, but it's still out there.
Donate
So
to the cause.
we took that and built it for an overland trailer to tow behind the Colonel, our big KTM 990 Power Wheels 4-wheel drive. And that was largely, it was pretty new. Like we just finished that build, and then we'd driven it around a few times and stuff, and we built the trailer to go behind it. And aesthetics are very important for these things. When you're filming them, things have to look right. So I put old tires off of the Barbie Jeep on the trailer because they looked better and fit the scale of it. But they're snowblower tires.
Yeah.
And they're like not tall. They're much shorter than the original tires. They're wider and better off-road, but they're small.
And we stretched them out on wheels, like stretched.
Yeah, they were stretched.
Yeah, the whole
It
rim
looked
was exposed.
real cool.
I bet it did.
And it towed real nice until we got to the big rocks. And then the axle just kept getting hammered by rocks because we were driving over a bunch of rocks. Like, it was still just a road you could drive anything with decent clearance on, but the rocks were just bashing that axle. So they bashed it into like this nice U shape. You get the idea. Taking a lot of impacts. Skip a little while of like not making it up a hill. The trailer got towed up the hill by the biggest Power Wheels on the trip. Mike from Moto Mule, his Gravedigger, because that thing has Samurai axle in the front and a Dana 44 that's narrowed in the back. It's huge.
Which is sick.
Yeah.
That is super sick.
So he dragged it up the rest of the hill, and even his was struggling with it because it kept hooking big rocks and like just it brutalized it up that
It was
hill.
like a road grader at that point.
Yeah, pretty much. And this was a very steep hill. Like at this point, not a road you could drive on unless you have a pretty capable, like not a full on like Moab trail, but you need an off-road, something that's at least sort of built to get up it. And
it's loose, dry, sandy dirt.
yeah, exactly, in between. So we got to the top with both of the tires like flat, or one of them might have still had air. I patched up the tire and got it to sort of hold air, and we spent the night up there. So we had 2 Power Wheels and 2 ATVs to get all of us up there for filming and everything. And all of the gear for 4 people was on one overland trailer with a full-size roof tent on it behind the Power Wheels. So we had like 5 gallons of water, 10 gallons of fuel, a cooler full of stuff and food, and just too much stuff.
And it was like a
typical overland style.
Double decker for people listening. It's like the trailer, room for all of the stuff, the coolers, the water, and 2 feet, and then the beginning of the roof tent.
Yeah.
All of those.
So it's probably
an
like,
overland
it's
trailer.
basically a perfectly square. It was 4 feet square and probably about 4 feet tall by the time you get to the top of the roof tent.
High lift strapped to the side
full size
of it,
high lift.
shovels.
This sounds like that production for the Bronco. This sounds like a very big high-end production for some Power Wheels. I'm just saying.
It was a lot, yeah. But it's all about making it look ridiculous. Like that in this case, the whole point was like, it's overbuilt, over-prepared because we're doing a Power Wheels overland trip.
And it was our biggest production ever.
Yeah.
It was our first time having Steven coming with us. He didn't work for us yet. He just came for fun. And he was going to shoot photos. And then Sam was with us, and we invited the other people with Power Wheels.
Yeah, with 3 other people that brought Power Wheels.
And we had all the cameras and GoPros on everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it was our first big multi-camera production, really.
Yeah. Well, when they're done watching this, they should go watch that if they have.
It was a really good
I'm
video.
going to go
Yeah.
watch it.
It was our pinned video on the channel for like a solid year after that. Like that was like, we are most proud of this. Bam.
It was one of those trips, unlike the Humvee trip. Well, it was much like the beginning of the Humvee trip, where everything just went wrong over and over and over again. Anyway, next day we go down the hill, and so we just had Mike tow the trailer with his big one because it was no problem. Like it wasn't even going to slow him down, and we were just trying to eke the last little bit of clutch out so we could make it down the hill to get back to the trailers. And the trucks. The trailer tongue had taken so much abuse because they're bolted together. They're how they're like just like it's sort of like a C channel inside of a C channel, and then just a couple of bolts. The tongue sheared off while he was driving at whatever full speed was, and the trailer just cartwheeled down the road, end over end. Boom, 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 boom.
I'd say.
And I was like, we were caravanning. I was like this close, like just a couple feet away in the quad. And so it happened, and luckily it went forward with the momentum, because like I hit the brakes, but I was as loose dirt. I like slid for a while, and I was like almost running over a tumbling trailer. And it was already, we were on our way home. We were doing the right thing. We're like, okay, we're gonna do this. Like, we're planning more days.
Yeah, it was gonna be a 2-night.
Everything was not going well. So we're like, all right, we'll get down to this road and take the flat road straight back to the truck. And then all of a sudden it's just do.
Although, shout out to Yeti coolers and Rotopax gas cans, because there was a Yeti cooler in it that flew out of the trailer as it was tumbling and didn't even open or break. And there was a Rotopax, not even like actually Rotopax's Rotopax brand, their fuel packs, the like budget version, that was on the back of the trailer and took a full impact and did not leak. But the roof tent did not. It's a lot bent. You can still set it up, but it's not exactly straight.
You'll get that on those big rollovers.
Yeah, you'll have that on these bigger jobs.
Even the second time we rolled the Chang Li was directly onto the door with the Rotopax on it, and just fine. It did leak a little gas that time, but it's just because the lid was like popped a little bit. But you tighten that lid back on, good to go.
Did you guys lose any camera equipment when it rolled?
No, there was none on it.
Oh, that's good.
The camera equipment is all in like his pack or Steven's pack or something. No, it was all on the ATV, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a GoPro on the front of the ATV, which is why I was following the convoy so close.
Right.
And I mean, overall, the noise, you can't hear the GoPro die. It had died like 2 minutes before then. I had like an hour-long clip, and I was like, oh, because everyone was like, dang, we weren't filming. I was like, boys, I was filming. I got the shot, I was on the front of the quad, like, and then,
Didn't get the
GoPros.
shot.
Yeah.
You got to love them and hate them, but we missed that one. But we got a sick shot of it, like slow-mo of it all upside down and stuff. And I mean, it was still really awesome.